My boyfriend is furious because my brother crashed on my couch after a party.
I mean, did he ruin the couch, though? Did he keep the shoes on?
So, my brother and I live in different parts of the country and only really see each other once every few months. He was going to be in my town from last Wednesday until Saturday evening, so we made plans to go clubbing on Friday night with some friends of mine. We hung out and came home around 4, and I only have one bed in my apartment, so my brother crashed on my couch. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Slept on the Couch, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, we both woke up a few hours later, grabbed lunch, and went to the airport, and my brother headed back over to where he lives. After that, he sent me a text when his flight got in safely, and that it was. Now, my boyfriend and I don't live together, but I stay at his place quite often, or he'll stay at mine. He usually works 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and he came home yesterday morning, so naturally, I was pretty excited to see him. I picked him up, and we came back to my place. Afterward, while chatting, I mentioned that my brother slept the night at my place, and he kind of got weird. I kind of prodded him to tell me what was up because, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what would cause him to go so quiet and sullen when just 5 minutes before we were having a flowing conversation. He told me it was nothing, so I just left it and then later asked him again because he was still in a bad mood. He said that he didn't like the idea of another man staying at my place, regardless of who it is, and that it will not be happening in the future. No more men, no matter if they are kin. I really got confused here because it's my brother sleeping on my couch for one night after we hung out. It's not some stranger or hell, even a guy friend of ours. It's my brother. I laughed it off and said, "You can't be serious. You have to be joking." And he got really angry and left my place.
Hey, the trash just took itself out. Good job.
Last night, I got an angry text saying that as his girlfriend, I have to respect his wishes. And while I get respecting that your significant other wants compromise and the works, isn't this ridiculous? I responded asking him why my brother sleeping on my couch was so bad. And he just said it just was, and that a proper girlfriend doesn't let other men stay over alone with her, and that it's incredibly disrespectful to him. More confusion from me because, again, this isn't some dude I brought home. It's my brother. So I tried talking to him after this, but I got a message saying we'll talk when he's composed himself. What am I to do? I really love my boyfriend, but this is just confusing and I don't know how to react. Also, I should know I've never had any other guys alone in my place. Literally only my boyfriend, apart from my brother, has ever been with me alone there. The only other guys I've been there have been if I have a small group get together, and that's quite rare.
Wait, this is OP's place?
Even worse. Insanity. It's breakup time, girl.
So we got to edit. Okay, so my boyfriend and I have been texting the past hour or so. What do you think he said? Do you have any guesses?
He's just being like, duh, I can't accept that other men exist. That's me, though. I think he's just hyper. And he's also probably trying to pull a power play. It feels very like alpha male, like, duh, this is what a guy, like a real man in a relationship demands from his partner. And it's like, by the way, all those guys are just trying to sell you a course. It's stupid. Just be present with your partner and trust them at least with their siblings. This guy has just showed you that he's trash. That's all.
Okay, so my boyfriend and I have been texting the past hour or so. He sent me a hey, and I was kind of in a pissy mood after he brushed me off last night. So I simply replied with the, "Are you ready to talk?" He replied, "Okay." So I asked him what the deal was with my brother sleeping on the couch. He's not some random guy from a bar. He's not even a guy friend. He's more than that. He's my brother. I grew up with him, and there's absolutely no reason for him to worry or freak out in that situation because it's my brother of all people. There is literally nothing threatening in that situation, not physically towards me or towards our relationship. His response, I just am not comfortable with that. I know it's your brother, but I think there are boundaries that should be in place. Why didn't he go back to the friend's place he stayed at on Wednesday and Thursday? My response: you're not answering my question and just telling me what you told me last night. Also, my apartment was closer to the club than his friend's place. Him: we've been together for some time now, and I think as a couple, it looks bad when you let other guys stay over regardless of who they are to you. I would never do something to you like that, and I think it's only fair that you reciprocate that. It's hard to explain things because I know you can't see them from my perspective. Continued: you shouldn't really need other guys so close to you. Why couldn't you just put your brother in a cab and send him on his way just like we normally do with all our other friends? Anyway, I'm in a meeting right now, and I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your day, babe. Bye. We got an edit too. I like the part where he didn't answer any questions.
Yeah, where he just made this all your fault. Essentially, he's just like, yeah, it's actually just you being incredibly disrespectful. Does he not know what a brother is? Is he confused? Did he hit his head recently? What are the passable excuses for, like, thinking this way? Like, are there even any?
No, it's just insecure. It's coming from a place of insecurity. Or he's thinking some really messed up things.
I don't think we have that, but it's like, regardless, he needs to find another one, and it shouldn't be with you, OP, because if this is what he's doing now, like, just imagine the other things that are going to come down the line.
Edit 2. Everyone, I don't even know how the heck to react right now. This is the first time he's ever acted like this. He's met my brother before, and they've always gone along so well. Comments. Comment 1. The whole disrespectful to him thing screams that he thinks of you as his, as in property to me. Comment 2. This is pretty disturbing behavior in my opinion. Very controlling and unreasonable. I'd be very wary if I were you. I think you need to get to the bottom of this before your relationship progresses any farther. Very controlling stuff. My only thought here would be, and perhaps this is blowing it way out of proportion, but does he have some kind of traumatic brother/sister relationship thing in his past somewhere? OP replies, he's an only child, so no chance of any traumatizing brother/sister events in his past. So he probably doesn't even understand how brothers and sisters work, like Dakota.
It's just like, if you cannot trust your partner with their own sibling, if you're going to feel disrespected by the presence of just another male, regardless of biological relation, then you are not built for a relationship right now. You have other priorities and other things that you need to sort out.
I don't think you're built for anything right now. My guy is trying to pretty much own his girlfriend. He has no idea how relationships work and all of that. If that's just how he is with just guys in general, like, oh, you can't have any male friends along with any male siblings? This guy's out of pocket.
It's so over.
So against my better judgment, I did not immediately break up with my boyfriend. I tried convincing myself it was a one-time thing. Maybe he was just having a rough patch, and I tried pushing it down. I did not tell my brother what happened, and he replied saying he'd always thought of my boyfriend and him were cool with each other at the very least. He then told me my boyfriend is being nuts, and if I need to crash for a few days, I could come up to his end. So the rest of the week remained tense with my boyfriend, but closer to the weekend, it was relaxed-ish. We went on a date, hung out with some friends at a bar together, and yet for the life of me, I couldn't figure out reasons for his outburst. So on Sunday, I asked him again, now that you seem in a better mood, would it be so bad if I asked what was up last week? And once again, mood went from friendly and relaxed to Arctic. He simply asked me if I'd keep bringing up BS when we were doing okay.
Because it's highly concerning and breakup worthy.
This guy's tunnel visioned as heck, man.
I got pretty angry at him and told him to leave my apartment. Since Sunday, I've been stewing and just looking back at our relationship. Sure, I have my friends, but we hang out with them much less. The ones we do hang out with are more his friends and people that he is cool with being with. It was rough, but looking back on it, I started seeing controlling behavior from him that I had never taken up due to either just being head over heels and willing to compromise on everything, and by compromise, I mean roll over and give up. We talked last week, and I gave him an ultimatum, something I never expected to give my relationship. Either you sit and try to talk this out with me like a rational person, no BS answers, and no dodging questions, or We break up. Instead of having a conversation, he broke down, started telling me I was the best thing he's ever had, and that he has issues that he can't even begin to explain, and that he doesn't want to lose me. By the way, you will never lose us if you join us on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime, and what will be there, Dakota?
48 days later, and you will have listened to the entire OK Storytime catalog. However, that's 48 consecutive days, nonstop.
Anyways, back to the story. After you see one red flag, it seems like there's a whole pile of them. How big does one red flag need to be in order to see all the small ones?
It's not even that this is necessarily the biggest red flag ever. It's just more like such a telling indicator that, like, well, this isn't a person who you want to be in a relationship with. He's insecure about your brother. And it's more like just like on the basis, like, principle that he is a man. That's ridiculous. And now for him to be like, well, it's like I have all this stuff and all these things, these problems that you can't even begin to understand. It's like, yeah, I can't understand because you're not going to talk to me about it. So if you're literally not going to say anything, if you're not going to explain yourself whatsoever, then there's no way forward. Even if you do explain yourself, OP still has the right to be like, all right, well, it's nice to know at least where your head's at. However, I don't think I can be with you still. So it's all up to this guy on whether or not he wants to even try to be honest. But if I were OP, I'd be done.
I'd be out of there, girl. But we got the end of the story right here. Now, I'm sorry if this is the part that makes me seem like a witch, but it wasn't the answer I wanted or deserved. Not when I've been the one rolling over and giving him whatever throughout our entire relationship. So I told him that it was best if we didn't see each other anymore and that he should leave my apartment because he was about to love bomb you. Here we go. This is going to make some people mad. Yes, let me man up and talk to you about my issues.
Yeah.
If you have something like that, great. But it seems like it was about to become a cycle.
To OP being like, it's not the answer I wanted. OP, you didn't get one. You literally didn't even get an answer. You got an excuse, which is, I've got so many problems. Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, it's the universal human experience. Everyone has a lot of problems. Everyone deals with them every day. Like, if you're in a partnership with somebody, that's someone you can tell your problems to. If there's real vulnerability and openness here, there is a path forward. However, it doesn't feel like this guy is going to do that at all. And it feels like he said that probably as a cheap attempt to try to manipulate OP into just being like, oh, well, he's got problems.
He left and spent almost 2 hours just sitting in his car in front of my place before leaving when it was close to midnight. So yeah, we broke up. I admit I feel more saddened than relieved, hoping I don't do something stupid like waste down him or call him over because I'm lonely or something like that. But yeah, we're not together anymore. It sucks, but it had to be done. I think it's the best.